Welcome to WVNG Ed Talks, a simple discussion about sometimes complex military education benefits. I'm Dr. Sherri Shafer, Education Services Officer for the West Virginia National Guard. Today's show is about STA, that's State Tuition Assistance. It's a fabulous education benefit for West Virginia Guardsmen, which pays up to 100% tuition. Joining me today is our new WVEEP specialist. For those of you who don't know what WVEEP is, that's the West Virginia Education Encouragement Program. It's the official name for our State Tuition Assistance Program. And our new WVEEP specialist is, drumroll please, or Sparkles, which is probably a better case, Miss Lisa Jordan. Welcome, Lisa. It's fantastic to have you with us today, and congratulations on your new position.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here.
So you have technically worked in the Education Services Office for some time now, correct?
Yes, I've worked here almost 5 years.
And this is essentially a promotion for you.
Yes, it is.
So congratulations again.
Thank you.
So what do you hope to bring to this position now that you are in the specialist seat?
I really want the service member to feel comfortable with calling us. If you just have the smallest of questions, just call us. We're more than happy to help you. I want them to be comfortable with calling anyone in the office. And
access.
Yeah, exactly.
So remind us again about the State TA program. What are some of the highlights of it?
Some of the highlights are, we pay $7,000 per fiscal year. So starting July 1, it starts all over. You get a new $7,000. We pay your tuition and fees. If it's related to a course, then we will pay for it. But if it's not, if it's like a gym fee, like a generic gym fee, not like if you're in gym class and you have to pay a fee for it.
So like a rec center fee at Marshall.
Correct.
Or something like that. Okay.
Yes.
What else?
We pay for a certificate, a associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's degree. I think a lot of people don't know that we pay for certificates. Even if we've paid, for something else and you don't have a certificate, we'll still pay for a certificate for you. And that's kind of big right now, especially if you're getting ready to retire and you want to do something after the military. State TA isn't just for the new soldiers. It's for the ones that have been here also.
Yeah, I think that's a big misconception that it's for the brand new soldiers and airmen that are coming in that are that traditional college age of 18 to 22.
And it's not. It's for everyone.
So this is, of course, for schools in state, right?
Correct. We just cover in-state schools. That's why it's called State TA.
State TA. So what are the common pitfalls that you see our soldiers and airmen falling into that tends to get them into trouble along the way in terms of the benefit itself?
My biggest thing, I've done recoupments for on and off for the past 5 years. My biggest thing that I've seen is you'll have a service member that will turn their grades in late, and they've either withdrawn or failed a class. So they're expecting to go to school that following semester. This semester starts in a couple days. They just turn their grades in, and now they're in recoupment. So not only do they have to pay that recoupment back, they have to mail a check to the office, wait for that check to be processed through the State House after our office takes care of it. And then we contact the school and tell them, yes, this student is eligible for our benefits. So I think that is a huge issue with right now, unfortunately.
And not every student is able to pay that off, right at the...
Correct.
They have to do payments, correct?
Yes. So a lot of them have to set out a semester or two.
Or pay out of pocket.
Yes.
Yep. So what are some of the frequently asked questions that you get on the day-to-day concerning State TA? Because I know you get them. You get those phone calls and those emails all the time.
All the time. Your application deadlines. For fall, it is May 1. For spring, it's November 1. And then for non-traditional like AMU or I think Pierpont has a non-traditional sometimes, it is 60 days prior to the start date. And summer is also 60 days prior to the start date.
I was going to ask you about summer because I know before this summer started in 2021, we've had a lot of questions come up about that. And people saying, I didn't know.
And it's very possible they didn't know because, you know, we've all been kind of out of commission for the past year. So, you know, we haven't been doing many briefings, that kind of thing. So hopefully that'll start back up so we can get the word out there.
Now, is there a guarantee that summer, or is summer really guaranteed?
No. It depends on the funding. If you've spent your $7,000, then there's no more. That well has dried up till July 1.
And you don't have that cash in your drawer, right?
I don't. I have makeup and perfume in my drawer, let's be honest.
So are there any other common questions that come up other than just the deadlines?
The new users, if you start past the deadline, if you apply past the deadline, I should say, we have a new user late app. We no longer do the golden ticket. We have a first user late application, but we don't have to have your O5 level commander sign it. It's pretty much just saying, hey, I'm late, I'm new.
Didn't know.
Exactly.
Now, after that, what happens?
After that, you have to fill out a late packet, and you have to tell us, you know, why you're late. You know, you used the program before. You know the dates. Why are you late? And then your O5 level commander has to write a memo as well saying, well, you know, he or she's a good person. They're good soldiers, airmen, you know, but sometimes life gets in the way, you know.
It is really never fun to go to that O5 level commander, is it?
I wouldn't want to.
So if you could offer advice to someone who's thinking about getting started with their education pathway, perhaps utilizing their state TA, what would you say to them?
I would say get your applications in on time. For the love of goodness, turn in your grades. As soon as you get them, turn them in. That way, even if you are in recoupment, you still have a few months to pay that recoupment. You know, it could be just a couple $100, you know, or it could be a couple thousand, you know. But the quicker you start paying on it, the quicker it's going to go down.
So don't you think, though, that sometimes students think that, well, I've got to be registered for classes before I can apply?
Yeah, and that's not the case at all. And when you make your initial application, you can go ahead and put in 2 or 3 if you want. And if something changes, even with the school, the hours, call me. I'll change it for you. You don't have, the student doesn't have access to do that, but I do. And I would much rather change an application than have to have someone go through the late process.
And then go to the O5 commander.
Yes.
We keep coming full circle back to that. Do you have any specific instances where utilizing the education benefits has helped our soldiers and our airmen?
Yes. I think it helps everyone that uses it. But one of my friends just graduated from WVU, and she is now back down here, and she's going to UC for her master's. And she gets to hang out with me. So that has to be a win-win situation.
So, I mean, you probably get phone calls and emails all the time and people saying, thank you, this has been wonderful.
Yes, cards. Yeah, it's really nice.
It is kind of a game changer, isn't it?
It is.
Opens the door for those that are full-time, maybe staying in and being promoted and retention and all that. But for those that are just the traditional drilling soldier airmen, it's a gateway to a lifetime of earning potential.
Right. It's a better life, you know, better earning potential. You know, you can provide for your family. I mean, it's a good program.
Yep, it really is. Well, Lisa Jordan, it's always a pleasure to have you on Ed Talks. Thank you so much for being here and talking with me today.
Thank you. I've had a good time.
If you have questions about the state TA program, you can contact Lisa at 304-561-6750. Sorry, I messed that up. It is 304, I'll say it again, 561-6750. Join us next time on WVNG Ed Talks for a look at the Federal Tuition Assistance Program. There have been a lot of discussions of late in the media, and we hope to dispel the misconceptions and miscommunication, as well as break down the current process. WVNG Ed Talks. Tune in, turn it up, and join the conversation.